And they lived peacefully 3 years. There were no wars between Aram and Israel. And it was during the 3rd year that Jehoshaphat the king of Judah came down to the king of Israel. The king of Israel said to his servants, "Do you know that Ramoth-Gilead is ours? We are doing nothing about taking it out of the hands of the king of Aram." He said to Jehoshaphat, "Will you go with me to do battle in Ramoth-Gilead?" Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, "I am as you are, my people is as your people, my horses are as your horses." Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, "Please inquire today the word of the Lord." The king of Israel gathered the prophets, about 400 men, and said to them, "Shall I go on to Ramoth-Gilead to do battle? Shall I refrain?" They said, "Ascend, and the Lord will deliver it into the hands of the king." Jehoshaphat said, "Is there no other prophet of the Lord here, from whom we may inquire?" King of Israel said, Jehoshaphat, "There is one more man from whom to inquire the word of the Lord, but I hate him, for he has not prophesied good about me, only bad." Micaiah the son of Imlah. Jehoshaphat said, "The king should not say so." King of Israel summoned one eunuch and said, "Bring Micaiah the son of Imlah at once." Now the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat king of Judah were seated each on his throne, dressed in their attire in a threshing floor at the entrance of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophets were prophesying before them. Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah made himself iron horns, and he said, "So said the Lord, with these shall you gore the Arameans till you destroy them completely." And all the prophets were prophesying so, saying, "Go up to Ramoth-Gilead and triumph, and the Lord will deliver it into the king's hand." Now the messenger who had gone to summon Micaiah spoke to him, saying, "Behold, the word of the prophets are unanimously favorable to the king. Please let your word be like the word of one of them. You shall speak favorably." Micaiah said, "As the Lord lives, for what the Lord will say to me, that will I speak." And he came to the king, and the king said to him, "Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth-Gilead to war, or shall we refrain?" He said to him, "Go up in triumph, and may the Lord deliver it into the king's hand." The king said to him, "How many times must I adjure you that you shall not speak to me but truth in the name of the Lord?" And he said, "I saw the Israelites scattered over the mountains, like sheep who have no shepherd." The Lord said, "These have no master. Let them return each one to his house in peace." The king of Israel said, Jehoshaphat, "Did I not say to you that he does not prophesy good concerning me, only bad?" And he said, "Therefore listen to the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord seated on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven were standing by him, on his right and on his left. And the Lord said, Who will entice Ahab, so that he will go up and fall in Ramoth-Gilead? One said in this manner, and another one said in that manner, and a certain spirit came forth and stood before the Lord and said, I will entice him. The Lord said to him, How? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, You will entice, and you will prevail. Go forth and do so. And now, behold, the Lord has placed a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets of yours, whereas the Lord spoke evil concerning you. Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah approached and struck Micaiah on the cheek. And he said, Which way did the Spirit of the Lord pass from me to speak with you? Micaiah said, Behold, you will see on that day that you will come into a chamber within a chamber to hide. And the king of Israel said, Take Micaiah and return him to Amon the mayor of the city, and to Joash the king's son. You shall say, So said the king, Place this one in prison. Feed him a scant amount of bread and a scant amount of water, till I come back in peace. Micaiah said, If you will return in peace, the Lord did not speak to me. And he said, All the nations, listen. The king of Israel and Jehoshaphat the king of Judah went up to Ramoth-Gilead, and the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and go into battle. You wear your regal garb. The king of Israel disguised himself and went into battle. The king of Aram commanded the 32 officers of his chariots, saying, Attack neither small nor great, except the king of Israel only. And it was always when the officers of the chariots saw Jehoshaphat as they said, "This is but the king of Israel." They returned upon him to attack him, and Jehoshaphat cried out. And it was when the officers of the chariot saw that he was not the king of Israel, that they turned back from going after him. A man drew his bow innocently and hit the king of Israel between the scales and the coat of mail. And he said to his charioteer, "Turn your hand and carry me out of the camp, for I have become sick." The battle became more intense that day. The king was standing in the chariot against the Arameans. He died at evening, and the blood of his wounds ran out into the inside of the chariot. A cry passed through the camp as the sun went down, saying, "Everyone to his city, every person to his country," and the king died. And was brought to Samaria, and they buried the king in Samaria, and he washed the chariot at the pool of Samaria, and the dogs licked his blood, and they washed the weapon there, as according to the word of the Lord which he had spoken. The remainder of the deeds of Ahab and all that he accomplished, and the ivory palace which he built, and all the cities that he built, are written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Ahab lay with his forefathers, and Ahaziah his son reigned in his place. Jehoshaphat the son of Asa reigned over Judah in the 4th year, and Ahab the king of Israel. Jehoshaphat was 35 years of age. When he became king, he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Azubah, the daughter of Shilhi. He went in all the ways of his father Asa. He did not veer from those ways, doing what was proper in the eyes of the Lord. However, the high places of worship he did not remove. The people were still sacrificing and offering in the high places. Jehoshaphat made peace with the king of Israel. The rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat and his heroic deeds that he performed in the wars he fought are written in the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. The remainder of the prostitutes that remained from the days of Asa his father he purged from the land. There was no king in Edom. A governor was king. Jehoshaphat made ships of Tarshish to go to Ophir for gold, but he did not go, since the ships were broken at Ezion-Geber. Then Ahaziah the son of Ahab said to Jehoshaphat, "Let my servants go with your servants in the ships." But Jehoshaphat did not want. Jehoshaphat lay with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David his father, and Jehoram his son reigned in his stead. Ahaziah the son of Ahab reigned over Israel and Samaria in the 17th year of Jehoshaphat king of Judah, and he ruled over Israel for 2 years. He did what was bad in the eyes of the Lord. He went in the path of his father, in the path of his mother, and in the path of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who had caused Israel to sin. He worshipped the Baal, he bowed to him, and he provoked the Lord, God of Israel, to anger like all that his father had done.